Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember when, in one of his speeches, first Bush, George Herbert Bush, so the first one, he said about the first one when he mentions a new world order, and everybody was like, "Oh, what a new world order!" He was the first one, I think, when he mentioned that thing, and since then, other people said, "Yes, yes, wow, ooh, ah." Well, we can put that into kind of new world order. We lead and we tell everybody what to do. We are in charge. Basically, a one location with the leaders, a kind of you guys are all together, but you belong to us. So, United States had its chance since 1991, after the collapse of the Soviet Union or dissolution of Soviet Union, until February 24th, 2022. Since then, things changed, obviously, and the New World Order. And since then, the New World Order took a different path, different direction. Why? Because the Russians were not allowed in the New World Order, and not only the Russians. Where are you going? The Russians and the Chinese were not allowed at the leaders' tables, like the table of the guys who are in charge. That's basically what it is. And they said, "Why should we listen to you?" Because why? And the other guys said, Al Capone said, "Because we're gonna punch you in the face." And so this guy said, "Okay, show me." "Well, I'm gonna show you, but since we like alliances because we're very courageous, and as you say, courage is always in groups, walks in groups, and people who are coward are usually by themselves. All right. Contrary to reality, many things that you witness today being told to us, it's the exactly opposite. It's like a negation. What's up is down. What's down is up. That's why when the government tells you we going to have this little policy, shit, oh my God, without even knowing the policy, that's the way you should do. Because that means it's bad for you, good for someone else that you don't know yet. Anyway, so what's going on here? Biden comes out and he is told to tell us that United States will build a new world order. Well, you don't build a new world order. You have to adjust because you were just fucked. That's the problem. So now you pick the pieces. As I said, now it's an, how do you call it? It's an enrollment. The enrollment time is on, which is countries will go left or right. Left, the plantation, the other one to the club. Club, Russia, China, plantation, United States. Now people know how the plantation runs and has been ran for the past, at least 30 years or so. So they don't want to go. They know. The other guys are promising them something else, and history promises the other ones something else. That's why India is with Russia, because Soviet Union protected and helped India. Pakistan was financed by the free world. Pakistan was not a democracy. India was a democracy. Strange, right? So Pakistan was and is supported by the United States still, but not India. India was supported by the communist Soviets. So all these guys know how Al Capone operates. Therefore, they're going to jump on the other boat. And I think the boat of the club will be much bigger than the 40 countries of the plantation, which are kept like this. And I will tell you a little story about what my father told me about Soviet Union versus the United States of America. So let me show you this article where this guy is told to tell us that US will build, quote unquote, a new world order. Biden is reading that to us from Russia Today, the 21st of October 2023. The current system has run out of steam. No, they deflated. The Russians just poked it because you wanted to challenge them. I say, yeah, okay, give me a pin. That's the steam you hear this guy is talking about right now. The president told supporters in a campaign speech, the current US-led world order has sort of run of steam. You failed. That's the word, the direct word. You failed. And in the process, millions of people were affected negatively. But Washington will shape the system that replaces it. So you know what? I failed, but you know what? I'm going to design another one. I was bad at this program, but I will design another program, and guess who's going to be in charge? There you go. That's how it works. Leaders in Moscow and Beijing, however, have argued otherwise. Speaking at a campaign coming out reception in Washington, or not, Biden bragged about how he convinced Japan and South Korea to send financial aid to Ukraine. They are under your claw anyway. And how he signed a rail and ports deal with the EU, India, and Saudi Arabia at a summit, G20 summit in New Delhi last month. Yeah, and how about India buying Russian oil since the beginning of this and not imposing sanctions? Yeah, you won this and you lost this. And then you have, Saudi Arabia, which, I'm sorry, they are on the other side. They are part of BRICS. They limited their oil output on the market. You can see at $92 a barrel, way above the 60 cap that these communists tried to impose on Russia, and they still don't go over there, ma. Oh, okay, all right. He likes to go here. Oh, you want to stay on this pad? Is that what you want? Anyway, where am I? Right here. So yeah, the successes, and European Union is already caught by this little dingy-lingy anyway, so that's not a success. That's been for 30 years already. And I'm quoting. So I think we have an opportunity to do things. Who's we? If we're bold enough, who's we? And have enough confidence in ourselves. Like what? Like losing in Ukraine, that means not kneeling Russia. And in the Middle East, you're screwed by Saudi Arabia, by Turkey, north over there. You got Iran. Nobody likes these guys anymore. Why? Because that's an opportunity and that's an option. So they're going to, jump overboard to the other, swim quickly to the other boat, because this one is killing itself. You got a drunk captain over there. So, and he says, confidence in ourselves to unite the world in ways that it never has been. Blah, blah, like many things here. Unfortunately, I tell you this as a direct experience. All my life, I've been told, and America is a serious country, and American manufacturing is fantastic, which they were always. We wanted made in America, which we didn't get. And the next best thing, it was made in West Germany. Oh my God, that was another one. So these two. When I came here, I saw that these things change here. These guys are not the ones that build something forever and you can die with it. No, it's something that dies after about 8 months, and you have to buy another one. And it's a lot of, you hear it? That's an American house. Where I come from, that's concrete or bricks. This is how we have, I don't know, cattle or pigs. But anyway, if you say this to these guys, they're gonna feel insulted. But I can't help it because that's the truth. What am I supposed to do? Lie? Don't get offended with me. A lot of things are here like fake, appear to be real, and they take it as being real. That's why it's not hard for many people here to say, oh, I identify as a cow. And everybody is, yeah, he's a cow because he's identified as one. So believing that you're one makes you one. That's how it goes here. And that's a process. So same with this guy here. When he mentions here, to unite the world in ways that has never been. Well, he doesn't understand that we are in the situation where we are under the U.S. hegemony for 31 years, my friends, for 31 years. So he doesn't own that. Unite. What are you? Are you demented? Are you delusional? What world? The world doesn't want to come with you, can't you see? You got 40 countries. When you go to the United Nations, you got usually between 40 and 50, 55 countries that vote for you. That's it. That's it. The rest, no. Why? They know better. They have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a memory to retrieve and then make patterns of your behavior. So we were in the post-war period for 50 years. What? We were in a post-war period for 50 years where it worked pretty damn well. but that sort of run out of steam. What do you mean? If you take 1991, it's not 50 years, it's 40 years, isn't it? Whatever, man. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe in his mind, Cold War ended in 1980 or something. But that's sort of run out of steam. Sort of run out of steam. We need a new world order in a sense, he continued. The world order that emerged following the Second World War, or maybe he's talking about the order after the Second World War, post-war, yeah, period. That would be, so yeah, that would make sense. That's from the Second World War, because, yeah, okay. I got it wrong probably here. The world order that emerged following the Second World War was a bipolar one, with the U.S. and U.S. Oh, this is what the Russians are saying, not what Biden is saying. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean a bipolar or multipolar new world order. That's not what it is. Right here, you see here? As the USSR disintegrated, then U.S. President George Herbert W. Bush proclaimed victory in Cold War and the drowning of a new world order in his 1991 State of the Union address. Okay, now I make things. 1991 State of the Union address. Now I got it. So, my friends, what I think is multipolar. He's not talking about multipolar world order, Biden. He's talking about we need to push harder. And we have to win now, or we won't ever. That's the point here. The New World Order is like we pick the whatever, we make them stay with us, right? We're not going to let them come by their own decision, like the European Union and NATO, okay? Because then was the boogeyman. Now there's no more boogeyman. They want to create boogeyman. You know, Iran, Russia, North Korea, China. All these guys are over there, the boogeyman. Whomever doesn't listen to their orders, doesn't follow orders, it's a boogeyman. It's a bad one. But you're the good one. Based on what? Because I say so, and I got the biggest one. So let me tell you this thing. What I said at the beginning about my father, when I asked him about how Soviet Union got together and how the United States got together or something, and he said, well, the problem with the Soviet Union is the Soviet Union got together because they were made to come together. They were forced into a union, versus, he said, United States of America, they voted, they decided voluntarily to join. These guys did not vote, they were just grabbed. So this is Al Capone here. He's just grabbing right now in the New World Order. Are you with me? You would be around the world, so he has the influence because he knows nobody else will going to come with him. Everybody else is going to voluntarily join the United States of China and Russia and India, not the communist Soviet Al Capone. See how things are reversed? And this gets me to, if I may, to this guy right here. Where is he? Right, Jesus Christ, too far from. Gets me to this guy. All right, remember this guy? This is an old book that I have from my, I think, grandfather. I think it is from there. Let me see. How did this guy say communism will win? When capitalism is going to turn by itself in communism because it will be unsustainable. That's what he said. So it seems like capitalism becoming communism, or at least tyrannical. 1948. So this is from 1948. Editura Partidului Muncitoresc Român. So yeah, this is from my grandfather, not from my father. Whew, a lot of history here. I like doing that. Anyway, you think it's yucky? I don't care. You can't do anything about it, but just click out of this. Anyway, my friend, here it is. You see, this is the connection with past. Anyway, here is, my friend, New World Order. That means they will grab whatever they can, so the other guys cannot join voluntarily the other side. Are you coming here? Come over here. What's wrong with you? You sleep? You sleepy? You want to smell that too? We're gonna sit on it or something? All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.